Drink it in. Taste the dark. Sipping perfectly upon the heavy midnight wine. Mixing all your beautiful chemistry with mine. A single drop is heavy on the center of the tongue, leaving all the sensual and beautiful songs unsung. Tasting every secret hiding perfectly inside. Nowhere in the velvet room for the heat to hide. Intoxicated slowly by the heavy sweet design. Blurring every single heavy and essential line. Running beautifully through the heavy midnight vein. Taking over every single pleasure and the pain. Caught inside the heavy nectar tonight. Drinking in the shadows and swallowing the light. Addicted to the flavor in the hidden dark space. Losing all control inside the absolute place. A beautiful poison inside the velvet lair. Tasting every heavy breath of the midnight air. Nectar. So sweet, so toxic. Thirst is growing perfectly with every single drop, knowing that we never absolutely gonna stop. Pouring out the heavy and the sensual gold, the hottest heavy story that is waiting to be told. Spilling on the heavy and the beautiful bare chest, putting every ounce of self-control to the test. Drinking from the center of the heavy midnight well, falling perfectly inside the sensual deep spell. Caught inside the heavy nectar tonight. Drinking in the shadows, swallowing the light. Addicted to the flavor in the hidden dark space. Losing no control inside the absolute place. A beautiful poison inside the velvet lair. Tasting every heavy breath of the midnight air. Nectar. Sweet poison. Just one more taste. Engage the pump. Keep the core frozen. Every copper plate is pressing on the core, taking all the heat straight into the floor. Pumping freezing liquid through the midnight vein, washing out the thermal in the heavy pain. Compound spreading perfectly across the dark steel. Exactly how the absolute zero makes you feel. Absorbing every spike inside the heavy silent room, circulating quietly inside the velvet gloom. Temperature dropping underneath the heavy pressure, protecting every hidden in the midnight treasure. Caught inside the heavy closed loop tonight, draining all the heat from the heavy fading light. Pushing freezing water direct you through the block. Silence in the ticking of the heavy midnight clock. No evaporation in this completely sealed space, holding maximum frequency in the hidden place. Closed loop. Closed loop. Thermal transfer, perfectly sealed. Radiator stripping all the heavy energy away, leaving absolutely nothing for the light of day. Fans are spinning slowly in the heavy dark case, moving all the shadows from the heavy dark space. No internal limit when the heavy liquid liquid flows, taking everything as low as it can ever go. The system is entirely submerged in heavy ice, paying up the midnight in the ultimate price. Temperature dropping underneath the heavy pressure, protecting every hidden in the midnight treasure. Caught inside the heavy closed loop tonight, draining all the heat from the heavy faded light, pushing freezing water directly through the block, silencing the ticking of the heavy midnight clock. No evaporation in this completely sealed space, holding maximum frequency in the hidden place. Liquid is flowing, heat is dissipating. Keep the system running, just the heavy circulation. In the hidden place, closed loop, freezing core, pump is running. Crossing the horizon in the velvet night, swallowing the final heavy ray of light. Gravity is crushing all the empty space, pulling everything into this hidden place. Masses multiplying perfectly by 10, never going back to how it was again. Collapsing every structure right into the floor, no one ever exits through the heavy door. Falling deeply down an endless heavy well, caught inside the center of a silent spell. Crash inside the heavy singularity tonight, ending the resistance in the heavy fight. Infinite pressure pushing on the heavy bone, claiming the absolute midnight throne. Nothing ever leaves this total black hole, taking full possession of the heavy soul. Singularity. Ooh. Total collapse. Ooh. That's fate. Space and time are blending in the heavy core. Physics do not operate here anymore. Drowning to the center like a heavy magnet, caught forever inside this covenant, surrendering entirely to the massive weight, accepting this beautifully as a final fate. Everything is unified entirely in black, knowing that the light is never coming back. Falling deeply down an endless heavy well, caught inside the center of a silent spell. Crush inside the heavy singularity tonight, ending the resistance in the heavy fight. Infinite pressure pushing on the heavy bone, claiming the absolute and midnight throne. Nothing ever leaves this total black hole, taking full possession of the heavy soul. You are the center now, infinite density. Do not fight the pull, just collapse. singularity tonight. And in the resistance in the heavy fight, infinite pressure pushing on the heavy bone, claiming the absolute and midnight throne. Nothing ever leaves this total black hole, taking full possession of the heavy soul. Singularity. Pull me in, do not fight it. Invisible strings attached to my waist, moving so slow we are not in a haste. Every time you enter the room, clearing away all the velvet gloom. Polar opposites finding a way, words that we do not even need to say. Feeling the shift in the gravity, unlocking the deepest part of me. Yeah. Magnetic force pulling me down, losing myself, ready to drown. Caught in the magnetic field, no other choice but to yield. Drawing me closer to the flame, forget about playing the game. Skin against skin, heavy and true. Nothing exists except for you. Except for you. Pull me in, so magnetic. Current is running straight to the core, leaving me always begging for more. Tracing the outline of your face, lost in this dark and heavy space. Resistance is dropping down to zero. You do not have to be my hero, just be the anchor holding me tight, deep in the middle of the night. Magnetic force pulling me down, losing myself, ready to drown. Caught in the magnetic field, no other choice but to yield. Drawing me closer to the flame, forget about playing the game. Skin against skin, heavy and true. Nothing exists except for you. Negative to positive, inescapable. Let the current pull us together, do not let go. Caught in the magnetic field, no other choice but to yield. Drawing me closer to the flame, forget about playing the game. Skin against skin, heavy and true. Nothing exists except for you. Magnetic, pull me closer. Nothing else exists. Pull me in, leave the ground. Just let it lift you up. Feet are slowly lifting off the heavy floor. We don't need to touch the surface anymore. Floating like a ghost inside the velvet room, washing out the gravity and all the gloom. Air is getting thicker as we start to rise, looking at the ceiling right into your eyes. Nothing anchoring us to the world below, taking the ascension beautifully slow. Losing all the weight we carried on the chest, putting this elevation to the heavy test. Weightless in the middle of the heavy dark, riding on the energy and on the spark, drifting entirely out of the atmosphere. Nothing left to worry about when we are here, suspended by the heavy bass and by the sound, never coming down to touch the solid ground. Weightless. Floating up so high, tension keeping both our bodies in the air, fingers getting tangled in the midnight hair, orbiting around the heat that we create, moving far beyond the ordinary state. Shadows wrapping completely around the frame. Nothing in this universe will be the same. Sailing through the empty and the quiet space, following the rhythm and the heavy pace. Losing all the weight we carried on the chest, putting this elevation to the heavy test. Weightless in the middle of the heavy dark, riding on the energy and on the spark, drifting entirely out of the atmosphere. Nothing left to worry about when we are here, suspended by the heavy bass and by the sound, never coming down to touch the solid ground. Look down, the world is so small now. We are drifting away, just you and me. Weightless in the middle of the heavy dark, riding on the energy and on the spark, drifting entirely out of the atmosphere. Nothing left to worry about when we are here, suspended by the heavy bass and by the sound, never coming down to touch the solid ground. Weightless. Floating in the dark, never coming down. Drop the pressure plate, feel the bite. Heavy friction material meeting in the solid steel, showing exactly how the midnight power feels. Closing up the heavy gap inside the dark frame, knowing that the acceleration is never the same. No slipping allowed inside this heavy dark zone, taking full control of the midnight iron throne, locking the rotational mass directly to the spine, merging all your violent kinetic energy with mine. Zero tolerance inside the heavy metal grip. We are not gonna let the midnight shadow slip. Caught inside the heavy bite point tonight, locking down the torque and killing the light. pushing everything forward in the absolute place. Bite point. Maximum torque. Zero slip. Springs are removed entirely from the heavy core, leaving nothing but the raw and midnight roar. Clamping down with absolutely everything we have, sending all the heavy weights perfectly down the shaft. Power transferring perfectly without a single loss, showing every shadow exactly who is the boss. The connection is permanent in the heavy dark beat. Promises the heavy mechanical friction will keep. Zero tolerance inside the heavy metal grip. We are not gonna let the midnight shadow slip. Caught inside the heavy bite point tonight. Locking down the torque and killing the light. Single massive force driving straight into the floor. We do not need the separation anymore. Total engagement in the heavy hidden space, pushing everything forward in the absolute place. Hold the connection. Feel the heavy push. Do not let it slide. Just the raw transfer. To the floor. We do not need the separation anymore. Total engagement in the heavy hidden space, pushing everything forward in the absolute place. Bite point. Solid lock. Transfer the power. Liquid metal. Watch it flow. Melting down completely to a liquid form, riding in the center of the silent storm, spreading on the surface of the marble floor, sliding very quietly beneath the door. Heavy as a bullet, but it moves like rain, washing out the logic from the midnight brain. Silver turning completely to a total black, knowing there is absolutely no turning back. Toxicity is hiding in a beautiful design, mixing up this heavy liquid directly with mine, flowing like the heavy Mercury tonight, swallowing the edges of the dying light, shifting every shape inside the heavy room, blooming like a poison in the velvet gloom. Impossible to hold it safely in the hand, taking over entirely the heavy dark land. Mercury slipping through, unstoppable. Mirror on the surface, but it hides the deep. Promises that only liquid metal keeps, filling every single crack inside the wall, waiting for the structure completely to fall. Cold against the skin, but it burns the vein, leaving a completely permanent stain. No solid foundation left for us to stand, sinking down beautifully into the heavy sand. Toxicity is hiding in a beautiful design, mixing up this heavy liquid directly with mine, flowing like the heavy Mercury tonight, dark land. It is taken over, covering everything. Do not try to grab it, just let it spill. Swallowing the edges of the dying light, shifting every shape inside the heavy room, blooming like a poison in the velvet gloom. Impossible to hold it safely in the hand, taking over entirely the heavy dark land. Mercury, liquid black, let it flow. Thick and heavy, zero flow. Air is turning entirely to heavy black oil, caught inside the center of the midnight coil, moving every muscle against the massive weight, dragging perfectly towards the midnight fade. Every single step is taking a heavy hour, yielding completely to the dark vicious power, swimming deeply inside the heavy liquid tar, knowing that we never are going very far. Friction is rising perfectly in the heavy deep, making sure the heavy dark promises we keep. Caught inside the heavy viscosity tonight, drowning perfectly the edges of the light. No one can float inside this heavy dark space, stuck forever perfectly in a hidden place. Taking every pressure, holding down the bone, sitting heavily upon the midnight throne. Viscosity, total drag, maximum resistance. Gravity is pulling on the heavy thick fluid, darker than the center of the empty deep well, trapped inside the center of the vicious spell. Oh, resistance is heavy against the midnight skin, knowing exactly where the heavy games begin. Cannot even run inside the heavy deep mud, pumping very slowly directly in the blood, watching the illusion of the heavy time bend, waiting beautifully for the absolute end. Friction is rising perfectly in the heavy deep, making sure the heavy dark promises we keep. Caught inside the heavy viscosity tonight, drowning perfectly the edges of the light. No one can float inside this heavy dark space, stuck forever perfectly in the hidden place. Taking heavy pressure, holding down the bone, sitting heavily upon the midnight throne. Do not try to run, let the heavy fluid pull you down. Perfect friction, just sink. Upon the midnight throne, feel the rhythm right under the skin. Fingers pressing right against the vein, driving my heavy mind totally insane. Accelerating in the pitch black dark, lighting up the vital primal spark. Echoes bouncing off the bedroom wall, waiting for the absolute final fall. Blood is rushing like a tidal wave, nothing left in here for us to save. Heartbeat sinking to the heavy bass, taking over this entire space. Check the heavy pulse rate tonight, blurring out the line of wrong and right. Rhythm taking absolutely full control, ripping right through the empty soul, banging heavily on the heaven's gate, giving in completely to our fate. Pulse rate, beating faster through the chest. Sweat is mixing with the heavy sand, wondering exactly where the hours went. Chest is rising to the 808, moving far beyond the normal state, slipping deeper in the undertow. Where we end up, we do not even know. Tension wrapping like a heavy chain, pleasure bleeding right into the pain. Heartbeat sinking to the heavy bass, taking over this entire space. Check the heavy pulse rate tonight, blurring out the line of wrong and right. Rhythm taking absolutely full control, ripping right through the empty soul, banging heavily on the heavens gate, giving in completely to our fate. Faster, can you feel it? Beating out of my chest, hold it down for me. Check the heavy pulse rate tonight, check the heavy pulse rate tonight. Right. Rhythm taking absolutely full control, ripping right through the empty soul, banging heavily on the heaven's gate, giving in completely to our fate. Pulse rate through the veins, keep it beating. No way out, I do not want one anyway. Curtains drawn, shutting out the street, moving to the rhythm of the heartbeat. Velvet grip holding me so tight, guiding me through the endless night. Shadows stretching across the bed, messing with the thoughts inside my head. World outside has disappeared, everything is exactly as it appeared. Tension wrapped around my throat, we are sailing on a sinking boat. Caught in the velvet grip tonight, blurring the edge of wrong and right. Do not need no vision in the dark, just let the heavy bass leave a mark. Sinking deep into the mattress now, breaking every single holy vow. trail. In this dark room we can never fail. Whispering secrets into my ear, telling me everything I wanna hear. Time is completely frozen still, bending my body right to your will. A dangerous game that we love to play, hoping the sun never brings the day. Tension wrapping around my throat. We are sailing on a sinking boat, caught in the velvet grip tonight, blurring the edge of wrong and right. Do not need no vision in the dark, just let the heavy bass leave a mark. Sinking deep into the mattress now, breaking every single holy vow. So soft, but so strong. Do not let me go. Keep your grip on me. Caught in the velvet grip tonight, blurring the edge of wrong and right. Do not need no vision in the dark, just let the heavy bass leave a mark. Sinking deep into the mattress now, breaking every single holy vow. Velvet, keep holding on. Do not let go. Leave the key on the table, hang the sign outside the room, sweeping away the heavy gloom. No phone calls, no flashing lights. We are taking overnight, dropping all the fake disguise. I only wanna read your eyes, isolating from the crowd, silence speaking way too loud. Disconnecting from the grid, doing exactly what we did. Do not disturb, we are going deep, secrets that we swear to keep. Locked inside this heavy base, floating in our private space. Nobody else is allowed inside, nowhere else for us to hide. Do not disturb. Private space, keep them out. Private space, keep them out. Heavy breathing fills the air, running my fingers through your hair. The world could end right outside, but we are riding on this tide. Shadows playing on the ceiling, completely lost inside the feeling. No interruptions, no delay, hoping morning stays away. Disconnecting from the grid, doing exactly what we did. Tonight, we are going deep, secrets that we swear to keep. Locked inside this heavy place, floating in our private space. Nobody else is allowed inside, nowhere else for us to hide. Turn off the phone, shut the blinds. Ignore the knock, it is just you and me. Do not disturb. We are going deep, secrets that we swear to keep. Broken in our private space, nobody else is allowed inside. Nowhere else for us to hide. Snap. Keep an eye. Keep it locked. No one else. Compress the fluid. Kill the bounce. Heavy rubber sitting perfectly between the steel. Changing absolutely how the midnight shadows feel. Absorbing every single heavy impact on the road. Carrying the absolute and massive midnight load. Hydraulic fluid pushing hard against the heavy valve. Finding every single heavy problem it can solve. Swallowing the heavy and the violent kinetic strike. Exactly what the absolute and perfect shadows like. Killing the oscillation in the heavy dark deep. Making sure the heavy midnight promises we keep. Caught inside the heavy, damping tonight. Swallowing the shock and killing the light. Zero vibration, making it through the heavy frame. Nothing in this heavy room will ever feel the same. Holding perfect stability inside the hidden space. Smooth and heavy motion in the absolute place. Dampen. Total absorption, perfectly flat. Piston moving perfectly inside the heavy tube. Sliding down entirely inside the heavy groove. Friction turning all the heavy energy to heat. Keeping every single heavy rhythm on the beat. Spring is compressing under heavy solid mass. Watching all the heavy midnight static slowly pass. Rebounding exactly at the heavy perfect pace. Leaving absolutely zero damage in the place. Killing the oscillation in the heavy dark deep. Making sure the heavy midnight promises we keep. Caught inside the heavy, damping tonight. Swallowing the shock and killing the light. Zero vibration, making it through the heavy frame. Nothing in this heavy room will ever feel the same. Holding perfect stability inside the hidden space. Smooth and heavy motion in the absolute place. Take the hit. Do not shake. Absorb the heavy weight. Just ride through the dark. Heavy frame. Nothing in this heavy room will ever feel the same. Holding perfect stability inside the hidden space. Smooth and heavy motion in the absolute place. Damping. Zero shake. Observe the shock. Just let it pull you in. stand so still, bending reality to our will. Every breath is a heavy sign, erasing the borders, crossing the line. Gravity losing its hold on me, floating inside your frequency. Pull me under the surface, make me feel like I deserve this. Lost inside the heavy sound, we don't ever have to touch the ground. Just pull me under. Fingertips tracing the dark, igniting the flame from a single spark. No words needed in this space, just the rhythm setting the pace. Gravity losing its hold on me, floating inside your frequency. Pull me under the surface, make me feel like I deserve this. Lost inside the heavy sound, we don't ever have to touch the ground. Just pull me under. Deeper, keep going deeper, don't let me breathe. Pull me under. Lost in the sound. Pull me under. Lost in the sound. Kill the lights. You do not need to see. Switching off the lamps across the room. Welcome to the heavy velvet gloom, taking away the power of your sight. We are doing everything by feel tonight. Every single breath is amplified, nowhere in the shadows left to hide. Fingertips will be the only guide, pulling you across the great divide. Heightened senses taking full control, ripping through the center of your soul. Everything is heavier with the lights out, erase every single little trace of doubt. Navigating purely by the heavy sound, pushing both our bodies to the ground. Do not open up your eyes just yet, making sure this is a night you won't forget. Lights out, pitch black. Just feel it. Blind trust in the middle of the dark, waiting for the friction and the spark. Following the rhythm on my chest, putting your endurance to the test. Whisper sounding like a thunderstorm, keeping both our heavy bodies warm. Losing our direction in the space, just let the heavy bass set the pace. Heightened senses taking full control, ripping through the center of your soul. Everything is heavier with the lights out. trace of doubt. Navigating purely by the heavy sound, pushing both our bodies to the ground. Do not open up your eyes just yet. Making sure this is a night you won't forget. Close them tight. Focus on my voice. Focus on my touch. You are totally blind. Everything is heavier with the lights out. Oh yeah. Erase every single little trace of doubt. Navigating purely by the heavy sound, pushing both our bodies to the ground. Not open up your eyes just yet. Making sure this is a night you won't forget. Lights out. Keep them closed. Pitch black. Pitch black. Drop. That is all it takes. Slipping quietly right beneath the skin. This is exactly where the heavy games begin. Spreading slowly through the heavy vein, numbing every single trace of pain. Chemical reaction in the dead of night, wiping out the boundaries of wrong and right. Tasting dangerously sweet upon the tongue, leaving my heavy defenses completely unstrung. There is absolutely no antidote for this, sealed forever by a toxic heavy kiss. Sweet venom running entirely through the blood, washing over completely like a heavy flood. Addicted heavily to the way it burns, ignoring every single lesson learned. Take me down to the beautiful decay. I never wanted to be saved anyway. Sweet venom. In my veins. Let it spread. Vision blurring beautifully around the edge, stepping closer to the absolute heavy ledge. Fever rising up exactly like a tide. Nowhere in this heavy room left to hide. Craving every single drop that you provide, killing off the last remaining heavy pride. Dangerous to keep you, fatal to let go. Watching how the heavy toxicity flows. There is absolutely no antidote for this, sealed forever by a toxic heavy kiss. Sweet venom running entirely through the blood, washing over completely like a heavy flood. Addicted heavily to the way it burns, ignoring every single lesson learned. Take me down into the beautiful decay. I never wanted to be saved anyway. It is taking over. I can feel it in my chest. Do not cure me, just let me fade. Sweet venom running entirely through the blood, washing over completely like a heavy flow. Addicted heavily to the way it burns, ignoring every single lesson learned. Take me down into the beautiful decay. I never wanted to be saved anyway. Sweet venom, through my veins, no antidote. Sweet venom. Through my veins, no antidote. Breathe in. Do not exhale just yet. Air is getting thinner in this locked up room, suffocating slowly in the velvet gloom. Every time you touch me I forget to breathe, tying up my soul so I can never leave. Room is spinning sideways in the heavy heat, sinking in my breathing to the heavy beat. No more ventilation in this private space, getting totally addicted to the chase. Lungs are burning but I need it more, leaving all the logic at the door. Stealing all the oxygen tonight, fading out the last remaining light. Keep me breathless in the heavy dark, leaving behind a permanent mark. Suffocate me with the heavy sound, pull me deeply underground, no oxygen. I'm breathing, breathe out. Chest is rising slowly to the heavy bass, not a single drop of air inside this place. Dizzy from the venom dripping off your tongue, feeling like my heavy heart has been unstrung. Inhaling the danger, exhaling the fear, nothing else is valid when I have you here. Gasping for a moment in the midnight sea, drowning in the middle of this chemistry. Lungs are burning but I need it more, leaving all the logic at the door. Stealing all the oxygen tonight, fading out the last remaining light. Keep me breathless in the heavy dark, leaving behind a permanent mark. Suffocate me with the heavy sound, pull me deeply underground. Inhale, exhale, hold it. Let it go. Tonight, stealing all the oxygen, fading out the last remaining light. Keep me breathless in the heavy dark, leaving behind a permanent mark. Suffocate me with the heavy sound, pull me deeply underground. Oxygen, breathless now.